Hello and welcome our dear viewers to another episode of his show Hobbies Catalog. For today's episode, our hobby will be drag racing and modifying car. Our special guest, Mr. Abdullah Al-Sami, he will tell us everything we need to know about his hobby and also his journey. And now, without further ado, let's begin. Welcome back, our dear viewers. Right now, I have with me Mr. Abdullah Al-Sami. How are you, Mr. Abdullah?
I'm good. What about you?
I'm good, all good. Mr. Abdullah, thank you for being here with us at the show.
You're most welcome.
Your hobby is racing
Yes, that's
Is it
right.
correct?
Drag race,
and modifying also, right?
modifying the car. That's my hobby for my own personal car.
For how many years have you been practicing your hobby?
I think around 21 years. 21 years. I'm practicing my hobby. But I got into it in 2018. I got in the drag race with a full modified car.
Before that, you were into the track racing or only modifying?
Only modifying before that. But in 2018, I start to do my own car. I brought it imported from the United States, which was normal car. Then I start with it,
At 2018.
2018.
And before that, can you tell us about your first drag race?
It was in 1999. I used to have Mustang Cobra. 1995, I was doing street race because there wasn't drag race in Kuwait.
But only the street race?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I know it's not illegal. It's illegal now.
Okay. And your first car was that Mustang?
That Mustang, it was Cobra, the same one.
1993? the model.
1995. The first car, race car, I got it. It was 1993 Mustang. Then I got the second one, 1995 Mustang Cobra. Then I got my blue car, 2003 Cobra, all Ford.
Who bought you the car?
This one, I got it by myself.
At the 90s, you
At
couldn't?
the 90s, no, I cannot afford it. So my family,
Okay.
yeah, they afforded it for me. They brought it to me. But it was small hobby for me. I was young.
Okay, you have friends right now, right? And the
Correct.
team with you.
Yes.
You met them at the same spot of your hobby?
Yes, we meet all in the same spot in 2018. It was a Warrior racing team. We are around like 15 person.
So
more
it
or
was
less.
6 years ago when you met them.
Correct. Yeah, and it's still going on.
And it was on the same spot of I think it was on a drag race here.
Correct. Yes, correct.
And so you have a team that called, can you tell us the
Warrior
name?
racing
Warrior.
team. Yeah.
That team has been initiated in 2018.
No, that way before me.
Oh, right.
I joined them in 2018.
Oh, okay.
And we do the drag race here in Kuwait. We went to Bahrain for a drag race.
Okay, so you participated internationally also.
Yeah, in the GCC, yes.
How many times you won?
Well, hard to tell, but I got a trophy. I got few.
Okay.
Yeah, but this
That's humble.
and this the drag race. There's no always winner. As well as you want to win, your competitor he want to win as well.
I think this hobby is actually, if you lose, that means there is a lesson behind it. That means that there is a mistake or that there is something you need to modify. And you told me that you also a modifier. So,
Correct.
and your team, or you and your team, you have a special member that specializes in everything.
Correct.
Wiring, transmission, engine,
Correct.
electricity.
Correct.
And you have, I think, 10 members?
I think more than 10. Now I can recall only 10.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, well, for example, for the wiring, I have my good friend, he do it. The engine building, I have my friend, he's the manager of the team.
It costs a lot to
It
modify
costs a
a
lot.
car.
Yeah, it costs a lot.
Because I tried to buy a car once. I was looking for it about 3 months ago. And it cost like more than 10K.
Yeah, 10K
Take
is
it
going
out
to be
for
average car for the drag race.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
for the average car. Only for modifying, only for the parts.
Well, if you want the best of the car, you're going to talking about 70K KD.
Okay.
Yeah, and above.
So
Normal
why-
car, it's going to be less, of course.
Yes, and so if it costs this much, why did you choose it as a hobby?
Well, you didn't choose the hobby. The hobby chose you.
Oh, okay, that's a good answer. That's a good answer. And after that, you loved it.
Correct.
You practiced it, you loved it. What made you love it? Is it because of the
The rush.
challenge, the speed, the rush?
The rush, the challenge, everything in the car, that 9 or 8 second when you race, it's timeless.
Okay.
I know, there's no word can describe this feeling.
But was it dangerous for you? Because of course you have a family and a career. Was it dangerous for you?
Well, every single hobby, it's a dangerous. But when you do it right, you can avoid it. For example, when you start with the safety things like roll cage, 5-point belt, helmet, gloves, shoe,
Of course,
everything.
you
Yes.
follow the safety precautions.
Yes.
That's a good thing.
That's correct.
And what about the family support?
All my family behind me.
Your
My
friends?
daughter, my wife, my mom, my sister, my brother, everyone. Everyone, they support me 100%.
They come with you to the races?
Sometime yes, sometime no.
Yeah, because sometimes, most of the time, I think it's late.
Late, plus sometimes we went to Bahrain. So nah,
Oh, you have your team with you, yeah.
correct, because we went to the race as a team, talking about more than 15 car. So it's hard to focus on two things, two of the most important things for you. So I let them stay here in Kuwait, but in Kuwait here they participate with me sometimes. Yeah,
And where did you develop your hobby?
on the track here in Kuwait, in the track in the drag race strip. I develop it. Actually, we can develop it only in the competition.
But before that, there was no track, there's no places here in Kuwait to practice it.
Well, we used to have to travel to Bahrain or Qatar
so you
to
could practice
race
it.
without practicing. Straight
Ah,
away
okay.
to the race.
And of course, this counts as a difficulty for you.
That's for sure. But we, as a team, we see it like a challenge. When you travel with the tiredness, then you accomplish trophy 1 or 2. It's accomplished.
Okay. Can you tell us about the challenge and the hard challenge and the difficulties that you had on your way?
To build the car. To build it.
The cost or the how to get the parts?
The cost. The cost. It is high.
I saw your car. Okay. Can you tell us, can you give us information about this car?
Well, it's the Ford Mustang Cobra 2003. It's built from scratch. I built it. I ordered the engine,
How much
transmission.
time? How much time it take you?
Take me around roughly 1 year. 1 year
1
to
year?
start the engine. Yep.
Okay, you built it from zero.
From zero. It wasn't like a normal car.
If anyone see it, okay, it's an old car. It costs not more than 5K dinar Kuwaiti. But can you tell us how much it cost you? More than 20?
Yeah, far away. Yeah.
More than 10.
Yeah, yeah.
And of course, the family was a little bit mad, and your friends.
That's for sure. Yeah.
It cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
How many travels or how many vacations that you couldn't travel because of the cars that you built?
I think few.
Okay.
Few.
And I want to ask you about something. It's actually important for me. I want to know about it. You have a job, a career, and also you have a family. You are a father of 2 daughters, I think.
Correct.
Right? And also you have your hobby, and your hobby takes a lot of your time.
Correct.
Building the car, racing, and sometimes you travel. Can you tell us how did you manage the time between these 3?
Well, first of all, things, my wife and my daughter, they understand me. They know I love this hobby, so they give me my space on the drag race. If there is a race, they support me. Off season, I'm talking about the summer, I keep all my time for them, for traveling, spend all the day, all the summer with them. But in the winter time, as the race time, most of the time I'm in the drag race, drag strip. If I'm not, I'm with them. And work, my colleagues, I appreciate that from them. they understand that.
And how many days a week you practice your hobby? You be here
Practice.
at the garage
The garage almost daily,
daily.
every day, yeah. In this
3 to
particular
4 hours?
For, yeah, 3 to 4 hour, correct. For the, if I have the like a race, take around in Kuwait 3 to 4 days. In Bahrain, it's going to take about a week away from my family. Yeah, and then I'm back here.
But it's a good thing that you manage between these three.
It's hard to manage, but I'm trying my best. And thanks God, my family, they understand.
But you're becoming successful in your career, in your job, with your family. I mean, you are here at the garage, and I've seen your daughters.
That's right.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because you bring them with you, because sometimes you cannot let them.
I cannot let
you
them.
miss them.
They're my daughter.
And you know that you're going to stay a long time with your
Correct.
cars.
Yeah. So they are always with me.
How many cars do you have for the drag?
For a drag, I have one car,
And your
the
team?
blue one. My team took about 25 car, all the team,
25 cars.
25 car. Warrior Racing Team, they have 25 car, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And about this car, how many horsepower in it?
Talking about around 1,000,
More than 1,000.
more than 1,000-ish, yeah.
Okay. From 0 to 400 meters, how many seconds?
Around 8.5
Seconds.
second, yeah. And
It's the
speed
fastest.
to 255, yeah, kilometer.
It's actually one of the fastest in the drag, right?
Trying-
Considered between.
Between, yeah.
Because every time there is a faster car that comes in the drag.
Correct, correct. In our race, it's like it's called index. It's not about speed, it's about time. If you get 8.5 flat, you are the winner.
Okay. What if I ask you to choose between a drag race or track race? What
Drag
would you-
race,
Okay.
without thinking.
What about the Formula One cars?
Nah,
You're not into that.
no. Not
It's
into
not
it.
here yet in Kuwait, but inshallah soon we will see it. And of course, in the drag race, every drag you are participating. You told me before the interview that you actually around more than 100 races that you
Correct.
participated.
Correct.
Can you tell us the ratio of winning? Like 70% wins, 50%, 40%?
I'd say 65%.
Okay, that's good. Mr. Abdullah, I want to ask you something. I need actual advice from you because you have something amazing that you are doing. You are
Thanks.
fighting between to manage, to spread your time, your love between these three things: your job, your family, your
Correct.
career. I want an advice from you to the hobbyists.
Obvious. Join the track.
Not all in track. To some people, they have their hobbies are different. Ice skating, chess, painting,
Well,
art.
for any hobby, the first thing, the safety comes first. For example, for skiing, you have to be
You have to be
wearing
safe.
your gears.
That's correct. You have to
Yeah.
be safe. And between the managing the time,
Always keep your family first and try to manage it.
that's a good thing.
Yep.
That's a good thing. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Abdullah,
Thank
for
you
all
very
the
much.
information that you gave us.
Thank
It was
you.
really interesting.
Thank you for hosting me.
Thank you. Thank our viewers for watching this episode. Hope you like it and enjoyed it, and see you in our next episodes.